Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. I have the pleasure to be joined by, Fighter of the Year, Leigh Wood. Leigh, how are you today, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. You alright?
I'm very well, thank you. I mean, I know you've done a few interviews today, so I'll try and keep this a bit quick. But before we jump into it, I do want to touch on your massive 2023. Just saying off camera, I mean, if your 2022 was good, mate, with the Conlon win, the 2023 topped it off, mate. How do you reflect on 2023?
Yeah, not the greatest start. Heartbroken in Moment City, losing to Laura. I felt like I started to land some big shots, and I went away from the setup how I was getting them big shots and wanted to close the show and then put the icing on the cake, and in the process got caught. As you do in boxing, it can happen. And from then, obviously within 12 weeks later, I got the rematch and put it right. Kind of cruised to victory. I knew him so well because I prepared for 3 camps for Laura, so I knew him very, very well inside and out. Got the victory over the line, and that pushed me towards my big domestic rival in Josh Warrington, and did that in a similar fashion to the Conlon fight. Apparently, to what everyone says, got made punched in for 6 rounds. Apparently, then landed a lucky punch. That's the narrative. But yeah, it was a great year, 2023. Obviously, just recently been voted Fighter of the Year for that year, so that was a privilege to receive as well.
Definitely, I know that Conlon win was huge at the time, but would you say that win against Warrington is the best of your career?
Possibly, just based on the fact what he's done before that. So obviously, he's won. He was a 2-time world champion like myself, so I think that that win probably on paper is a better win. And obviously, no British fighters beat him before. That's what kills him as well. I think that's what kills him. So yeah, there's obviously that as well.
Definitely, mate. I do want to touch on, obviously, the big news at the moment is the rematch going to happen? I mean, I was just saying to you off camera, I mean, what a fight that was at the Sheffield Arena. I mean, but do you think it's likely that we see the rematch with Josh Warrington?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. I think he's saying that I'm a diva and I'm demanding Mayweather money. I'm not. I was saying I should get paid what I got paid the first time, but you take a little bit off him and add it to me because I won the fight, and I think he's still demanding. He thinks his value is a lot more than it is, but I can't even remember the last time he won a fight, and he's coming off a knockout. So I think he needs to reassess his value. But yeah, I'd probably fight, because obviously the Sheffield Arena was a bigger arena than Nottingham. For example, if we do it in Nottingham, I would probably take the same money I got for the Sheffield Arena fight in Nottingham, just to get in front of my own fans. But I don't want to go into too much about the business side of boxing, but don't listen to what that fucking idiot says, because there's not much truth in it, to be honest.
Definitely, I know you'd fight him anyway. I think you'd fight him in this locker room that we're sat in right now. But is the Nottingham Arena kind of where you would like it next, or if if it only happens if it's in Leeds, for example? I'm not saying it would because you won the first fight, but if that was the case, would you go and beat him and then in front of his home crowd with the full stadium of his?
No, absolutely. I would not go to Leeds. I would not sell my soul and go to Leeds. More to the fact is I don't need to fight Josh Warrington. I've got Josh Warrington's scalp on my box rec. Josh Warrington, 1 knockout. I don't really need to put it right. I'd like to do a better job. No, I'd like to do a quicker job. I'm sure to do a better job, but I'd like to do a quicker job, and I'd like to shut him up because he's just talking so much shit. So I'd like to put it right, but I can sleep at night if I don't do that again. I ain't got to put it right. I've got it say black and white. Do you know what I mean? It's him that needs to. I've got a lot of options. So
you definitely do. One option that I definitely saw was Ashaki Foster. Keith Mills, Ashaki Foster's manager, has definitely been publicly saying that he'd like Ashaki to fight you. Obviously, you've kind of said, and I think Ben's made it very clear that he doesn't want you fighting at featherweight again. I mean, goes without saying, you're definitely a chance you'd take to finally try and get that green and gold belt.
Yeah, it's a beautiful belt, isn't it? I'm not sure if I'm ranked at that weight, but we can see. I think I'm ranked pretty high with the box rec in the Ring magazine. So I'm sure conversations could take place with the World Boxing Council and put me in there. But we'll see. I've got options, so we'll see.
Definitely, and Mauricio, have a word, get Leigh Wood in those rankings, mate, as well. We're here obviously for Jordan Gill, your mate's media day ahead of his fight with GillBarrett. I mean, you both come up on this journey together. It's really nice to see. I think a lot of people are focused on that, but yeah, reflect on kind of yourself and Jordan coming up together and kind of winning together, especially in these last few years as well.
Yeah, so Jordan lived with myself in Sheffield when he first came up to train at the Ingle Gym, and then we ended up getting another place, living together with Leah, and there was a time when Jordan left the gym and signed Coldwell, and then got a Commonwealth title fight within months, and then I was getting promises after promises after promises. Then my last promise, I got British title December time, and then I found out somewhere else it wasn't happening. And I remember going back to the place I was staying, I was crying, just like, I was nearly 30, and like, I think I was 30, and not got anything, not won anything, I had no money, then I left my gym, left my manager, I had nothing and no one, and Jordan said, look, come and sign for D, we'll get you opportunities. It can't train you, but it can manage you. And then I signed with Dave. Then I boxed the Commonwealth title in the March on Jordan's undercard. Then I headlined in Nottingham, or co-headlined in Nottingham, Main City, and beat Doyle. Then I was in the golden contract and beat Joy. So 2019 was a really big boost in my career, to give me a bit of reassurance that you are good enough. You just not had the opportunities, and one thing led to another. Then I came down to Ben, and then just to add it, Jordan needed a change. He was going for a really bad time in his life, and loads of things in his personal life, which I didn't know till a few weeks later. But then obviously I was trying to get him in the gym, and Ben and Barry was like, we ain't got a lot of time, got a lot of fighters. And I was saying to Jordan, look, just come out, come and train, come out on camp and get your face in the mix and build up a relationship with these. And he did. He come out on camp not knowing what he went through a few weeks before until a few weeks later. It was the right time for him, and everything happened at the right time. And he's been in the gym since with the team. And one thing led to another. The Conlon fight came around, put his career back on track, and he's in a really good place now. You can see in his personal life, in his career. Now he's got the Super-Featherweight fight, and never seen him looking so good mentally, physically. And it's good, he helped me when I needed it, and I helped him, and yeah, it's great. But most importantly, we both helped ourselves as well. So.
You definitely have, and obviously his fight with Super-Featherweight is a massive one. Obviously headlining in Manchester like you did a few months ago, but definitely a fight that you're confident that Jordan do the business in as well.
Yeah, this is the best version of Jordan Gill you're going to get. I think he's looking incredible. Obviously, he'll get more experience, so he'll get better. But right now, this is the best Jordan Gill you can get right now, and I'm confident it's going to get the job done.
Definitely, and we look forward to seeing it. Leigh, my final one.
Is that my t-shirt? Is it? He robbed my t-shirt, Unbelievable.
I wish I could have a Leigh Wood t-shirt. That'd be great. Leigh, my final one, mate. We ask everyone this question who comes on the channel. When all's said and done, and I feel like in your career where you've had those losses early on as well, and you've come back and you've reached the pinnacle of the sport, when all's said and done, what does boxing mean to you?
Oh, I love boxing. It's going to be a massive void in my life when I finish. But that's why I want to make the most of whilst I can fight. I want a busy year. I want a year like last year, really. But the politics of boxing sometimes slows things down and gets frustrating. But that's why I'm in the gym, whilst I'm training. So when a fight date or fight proposal comes up, I'm ready to go. And hopefully I can fight in June, July time, and then stay active into my last year of fighting.
Definitely. Well, Leigh Wood, whenever it is and wherever it is, I look forward to seeing it. Leigh Wood, thank you very much, mate. Cheers.